Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and whenever you are. Welcome to another live community stream. My name is Chuck Tomasi from ServiceNow. Happy to be here, happy to share with you what I know about the platform and go through some of what we find in the community so that we can share, we can learn, we can grow together, and you get what's up here out there. You can get shortcuts and tips and etiquette and technical insights as to not only what I know, but find out how I know what I know. Go beyond just getting an answer in the community and really bring that knowledge. I'm going to teach you to fish so that you can catch fish later and share that with others. If you are watching, let me make this small. And if you're watching on YouTube and or Twitch, I encourage you to subscribe so that you get the notification when this goes live. I see a number of people watching right now. Thank you very much for that. Let me just make sure all the technical bits are working here. Yeah, it looks like the streams on both sides are running. Thank you for watching live. Thank you for being here. Give me a shout out. Let me know where you're from. And I love, we're starting to get sort of a regular following at this time of day. It's a strange time. It's 6 a.m. here in Phoenix, Arizona. And I appreciate you joining wherever and whenever it is you are if you're watching live. If you are watching later, thank you very much for doing that as well. Looks like viewership is remaining about constant. So again, share this with a friend. Excuse me. I get the cobwebs out this morning. That must mean it's time for a drink of, yes, the herbal tea. Ready to go. All right. Anything I missed in the initial salvo? You will be seeing me doing some stuff on my personal developer instance. I got that for free over at developer.servicenow.com. You can get your free developer instance running either the latest release, Kingston, as of this recording, or Jakarta, or Istanbul. Maybe that matches your organization's instance a little bit better and you want to try some stuff out. That's cool. Turn on some plugins, do some demos without impacting your true, honest organization's developer. You want to learn? We've got learning paths over at developer.servicenow.com. I should probably bring that up. I do have that on this other tab over at developer.servicenow.com. We've got all the scripting APIs. We've got learning paths. We've got links to meetups if there's not a meetup in your area that you can get together with other developers and share and learn and grow that way as well. It's a wonderful, wonderful environment to be in. So I encourage you, go, if there isn't a link in if there isn't a meetup in your area, go find one, go start one. Contact me, contact the contact information on the developer portal, and we'll get you hooked up. We're always looking to start new chapters. It's a great way to build a community yourself and get that monthly or quarterly fix, whatever you decide to do, to get your let your ServiceNow geek flag fly. All right, let's get to, got to use the right keyboard to do this. Let's get back to the community. I don't know what's going to happen today. I pick things at random. Some of it's in my inbox of conversations from the past. Some of it is new, some of it is a running conversation. I'll try to keep you as informed as possible so that you can get into the context. If this is your first time watching, it won't be quite so confusing if we jump into the middle of something. You can see that little orange tag right next to my left ear? No, right ear. It's always fun to do this backwards. That little orange tag right there means that nobody's replied to this answer yet. I've got to do a page refresh and find out. And sometimes we'll join into a new conversation and take a look at other stuff, whatever intrigues me. Good morning, Felipe. Good to see you. Good morning, Barcelona, Spain. OC Spinar, I hope I pronounced that right. Good morning to you for watching. Thank you again. We've got somebody watching on Twitch as well. A rarity, but always appreciated. Thank you, thank you. If you've got a question, I forgot to mention, if you've got an honest-to-goodness ServiceNow question about the platform and integration or something around custom applications, that's where my specialty lies. Please go to community.servicenow.com and post it there so that, because if I reply to it in the chat, it's going to be lost in the ether. It's not searchable. Nobody's going to be able to find it. Unless they randomly come across this and go, oh yeah, where did I see that? It was a couple months ago when Chuck said that. very difficult to find. Love the shout outs, love to say hi. We'll talk about the weather, whatever, transactional data can go in there. But if you have a real question, ask it in the community. You get more than just me answering it, which is a huge benefit because I don't know everything about the platform. There are some really, really smart people in the community. I do this for about an hour a day. I'm lucky if I can peek at my mailbox later on in the day. But there are people there that seem like they're there all the time. So just watching a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, I go on to training with my new hire in Colombia. All right. New hires are always fun. It's such a world of opportunity. Stu from Stockholm. Good to see you again, Stu. And do you know something about WebSockets inside of ServiceNow? Felipe, interesting question. You should answer that. And I know that's not really a community question, but we do not support WebSockets at this time. However, I just did a speaker review on Tuesday for a gentleman who will be doing a WebSockets demonstration in the CreatorCon Developer Theater. I don't know what day or time yet. So if you're headed to Knowledge, yes, there is a session I can highly recommend to you. I will reach out to me on LinkedIn or Twitter, and I'll send you a link to the information once I get that. I can give you a synopsis of what he's going to be doing. But it's a way to add a WebSocket manager outside of ServiceNow so that clients can talk to each other without going through ServiceNow. Or you could have the WebSocket. It's a little Node.js app that you can run on a VM. You can run just about anywhere you want. So I can get you information on that. It can be added on. It's not a big deal. And we do have a session coming up on that. So good question. Good question. I am looking at... I'm trying to dig into our developers to find out if that is something we will support in the future. Yes, that's who it is. Andrew, I've heard him refer to himself as both ways. Pishelin is doing that session. And I'm really looking forward to that, just from a technical curiosity standpoint, to find out more about that. Shall we commence? Yes, we shall. We've got the community up there. Let's do a quick refresh, see what's new. Sadly, though, when I refresh, it takes away it doesn't remember that I selected unsolved questions. So we will reselect that, browse the community forums. Let's go to unsolved. As fine as it is to see answered questions up there. And I've got 3 things in the inbox. We'll get to those in just a little bit. Reassign an incident using assignment rule. Or is it spelled here? Assignment rule. That's all right. My English isn't as good as it used to be. Probably never was that good anyway. According to ServiceNow, the assignment rules module allows you to automatically set a value to the assigned to and assignment group fields when a set of conditions occurs. An assignment rule must also meet the additional criteria to run. A task record has been created or updated. Assignment rules do not apply to unsafe changes on a form. A task record must be unassigned. The record cannot have an existing value from either the assigned to or assignment group fields. Yes. So it's not going to overwrite existing stuff. The assignment rule is the first rule that matches the table of conditions. Yes. But I need to reassign an incident based on a category and subcategory. Or you can say if an incident is assigned to some group, assignment group, and assigned to a user. If we set blank assigned to an assignment group and update the system, we'll run assignment rule and reassign the ticket to the group as defined. So my requirement is we have an existing incident which is already assigned to a group. If we set blank, system will execute assignment rule. So are you looking to, I guess the question is, are you looking to make the assignment rule run all the time when category and subcategory change without blanking out the existing assignment group and assign to values? If so, yes, you can do that. I'm going to go to my personal developer instance and go to assignment rules. This is Assignment rules are just an extension of data lookups. And make sure I get the right one. And data lookups can be set to trigger, for example, these are the lookup rules. Excuse me, this is the data that drives the rules. This one is currently not active, but you can see that down here I've got assignment lookup rules, which says based on this field and this condition, assign it to this person. Now there was, can I find it? Can I find it? Let me look up data lookup. It's easier. Data lookup definitions. There should be an assignment in there. Assignment lookup, and you can say run on form change, run on update. From data lookup records being updated that match this definition. And I thought there was a way to say overwrite. Run on form change, run on insert, run on update. And was it? Setter field definitions, assignment group. This is where you always replace. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Found it. Haha. Data lookups are kind of cool. If you haven't messed with them, watch Tech Shorts episode 10 on the ServiceNow Dev Program YouTube list. Did you get all that? So I go through them. I know I go through some of that a little fast. Somebody commented on YouTube already. Because watching me create fields on a table isn't the most exciting thing. So I speed up some parts, and I may have sped up too many parts on some of those videos. Okay, if that's the case, then you want to go into, to the module data lookup definitions. Find the assignment, whatever it was, switch tabs. Oop, it's only 2 over. Data lookup definition, assignment lookup, record, go to the, is it setter? Setter field definitions, setter field definitions, and change each record for assignment group and assigned to, I don't remember. I have a really bad memory. This one. Always replace. Always replace equals true. That means no matter what the value is in those 2 fields, I don't think there was any similar thing on the matcher, was it? Exact lookup matcher? No. Okay, so I don't have to look at that. No matter what the assignment lookup rule will always assess category, subcategory, and assign and set the assignment group and assigned to. That could be an issue if you have a special case manually set there. So be sure you want this to be a global thing across incident assignments. There we go. Replied. Felipe is going to training. Adios, amigo. Enjoy your training. Where'd my cursor go? There it is. All I gotta do is shake it and it'll get real big. The duration in the short form. I'm gonna take a look at my inbox. There is a link in here. And I don't know when this changed or what changed, but oftentimes this will go to the highlighted thing. He replied, and the reply is easy to find now. It looks like these are expanded by default. Remember I was just saying a couple days ago, gee, I wish. Okay, a couple of things, gee, I wish. One is already there, and I think I had to retrain my brain to do this. The gee, I wish I could pop this out into its own window. It's right there where it says go to content up here. I learned that. I think it was before Christmas and I forgot. No, it couldn't have been before Christmas. We went live in early February. The other was, I wish these were all expanded because the replies were buried in collapsed reply sections. So here it is. This is highlighted, and a lot of times it will go right to that reply. I haven't figured out what the recipe is. I'm working with the community team on this. My case is somewhat the same. I want only, so the idea here is the duration field. It has days, hours, minutes, seconds. And they want it in a different format, just hours and minutes. Like if you put in 24 hours, it'll say that's 1 day. So it's making it a little more human readable. But she says, I want to enable it to just say, I want only hours and minutes to be enabled. But when I enter 24 hours in, the value of days gets updated. And I want the duration should only be in hours and minutes format. Is that possible? At this point, no, it's not. The duration field is not all that configurable. Duration field is not configurable at this point. I know if you use the glide duration class, you can get it to print output, which means you have to put it in a string field, but that's not the same as having the nice little boxes. If you're going to be making the duration field read-only anyway, maybe that's an option. I can get it down to just days. I can't do days, hours, minutes, but I haven't played around with it too much. I know it has to do with the setup beforehand. I messed around with this for a while in I don't know what I was doing that made me want to just get days. Oh, I know what it was. It was the demo that I'm going to be doing at the Tech Now Live at CreatorCon. Forgot all about that because I'm writing an app and I want to say this is due in 3 days, kind of like you see on the lists. When it says 3 days or 4 days or something like that, you can set your dates to either be dates or durations displayed. Anyway, back to this. The duration field is not configurable at this point. It is what it is for days, hours, minutes. I think seconds is on there too, which some people like. There is a running duration field that you can put on there, time elapsed for, when you're looking at a form, when you're working on an incident, that kind of thing. I thought there used to be a little stop sign on there to stop the timer. Let's make the macro for the good old enhancement link. And done. I gotta put that in a better place. I know where I'm gonna put that. I do have 3 messages in here, so let's refresh the inbox. That was an old question. That was an old question. Reassign. Oh, we got a response to my assignment rule thing already. Or this was done after. Now, if it was done 7 minutes ago and mine was done 4 minutes ago, why is it above this? You mean to say if the incident assignment group is set to empty, then assignment rule should not work? Okay, yeah, clearly we've got a misunderstanding on this one. Yesterday's conversation about, is there a way to convert ISO 8859-1 to UTF-8? I haven't seen any libraries to do this, but I'm curious to see what other people come up with. I looked at that article. Glenn is the person who wrote this. So, all right. What was the deal here? Oh, he marked it correct. Didn't see that. All right. Thank you very much, Glenn. Oh, well, these times are dynamic. I just saw that change from 23 minutes to 24 minutes. Getting choice value instead of choice label. A response made about a half hour ago. Loading, loading, loading. 2 months ago, someone said, oh, I remember this thread. They've got a choice list, and in their email, they're getting the value here instead of the label, because choice value 1 should say access account issues. And we went back and forth, are you doing the curly brace thing? And the answer turned out yes. So Jan Ramiz said, let's see what Jan's or Jan This might provide the correct answer. Gform get label of choice. All right, Fabian got it. Not sure how that helps in an email, though. Gform is only available on the forum. We'll find out. Okay, and I am out of the inbox, so let's go back to the main list. Refresh. I want a link to the unsolved. That should be added to the URL. See, like that. The widget knows. The widget knows. Service mapping. I'm not big into service mapping or much of the ITOM stuff. In fact, I learned something yesterday that I will be happy to share here today. I was trying to get a mid server up and running. Craig, I'm practicing for the IoT lab that I'm going to be doing, CCW 0345, if you're going to look at the CreatorCon schedule soon. I got the mid server running. It was up, it was registered with the instance, and I was also trying to get a mid server running on a Raspberry Pi. And last week, I actually got this up and running and was sending REST requests back and forth, and things were great. Today, it was not working. I just pointed the same Raspberry Pi at a new instance, and I could not figure out what it was. I thought it was related to libraries or symlinks or something. It's a wonderful article if you're interested in getting this up and running on the community. But anyway, long story short, you need to validate the mid server, because if this mid server has credentials that says, that's my instance over there, and here's how I log in, it's going to register with the mid server. And the mid server can get, excuse me, the instance can retrieve logs, do basic interaction with the mid server, but it cannot send things like REST. That would be a security issue. So to improve security, they have to validate each other, much like when you create an account and they send you an email and say, click here to validate your account. Same kind of thing. It's a two-way validation. One, the mid server registers. Two, the instance has to validate the mid server. Once I did that, the REST messages flowed like water. So this comes from my long lapse of not using mid server since I did discovery days back in 2010, 2011. It must have snuck in the last 7 years. There's all kinds of features being added to the platform that I can't keep up with anymore, and validate was one of them. So if you have a mid server, some people are going, yeah, of course. Did they cover that in class? When I went to training, it was a lot different. So validate your mid servers, kids, if you want to get REST messages out of the instance. Where do I find the account ID to complete configuration of Azure Cloud? Path to ES6 and ES7. You want to see something else I learned today, this week? I was putting together a flow designer flow. Let's go to this. I'm not even in the community at this point. This is kind of one of those community quick tip things we might do. I'm going to make a, where is it? I have an app here that I'm just going to play around with. My safety app. Okay, just record safety issues. If you've been watching Tech Shorts, you know how this goes. I switched to safety app, and I'm going to go to Flow Designer. Don't know if I did this demo here or on a different instance. Flow Designer being our new easy to use Kingston favorite thing. So new safety issue. What I said, all right, for a quick demo, let's go when a new safety issue is created. I don't have any filters. I'm not watching for anything else. I want to post in a Slack channel. Okay, pretty straightforward. Well, the webhook URL, I've seen this done, and I just never really paid close attention to where that was. So hopefully you'll pay closer attention than I do. I went to, I Google searched it. Where is the webhook URL for a Slack channel? And it brought me to this wonderful page from the Slack page. And I think this is the one right at the top. It has an animated GIF. This is not the one, but it doesn't tell you where to actually get it. It says how to use it. And I went, oh, that's nice. Incoming webhook Slack app directory. I thought it was this one from get.slack.help. attachments, set up incoming webhook. Visit the incoming webhooks page on the Slack app directory. Okay, so I'm going to sign into Slack now. CreatorCon18demo.slack.com, and hope that I remember my password. I don't know what it is, but something about Slack. Every time I log in, seems like the password changes, or I have to change my password. It actually worked. Okay, so the way you get this is if you are in the Slack channel. I just couldn't find it. There was an animated GIF, and they went by so fast. It looked like they were doing a /invite at channel something, and magically there it was. That animated GIF was useless. So here is where you go. I am going to log into now cc18demoslack.com. Here is my Slack channel that I made, or workspace, I should say. I wanted to post this to my general channel in the demo workspace. Make that a little bigger for you. Bigger, bigger, bigger. All right, you can see that. So I went to apps and added the incoming webhook, which was easy enough because I'm the workspace moderator. View settings. And lo and behold, it's right here under integration settings. That's, okay, you guys don't probably need to know that, but that's all right. That's where the webhook URL is if you are going to create a post action or interact with Slack via Integration Hub through Flow Designer. How did I turn that on? I'm glad you asked. On my instance, I went to developer.servicenow.com. I mentioned it. And I went to Action, Activate a Plugin, because Integration Hub is a paid for thing. But since this is a free personal developer instance, it is right here under ServiceNow Integration Hub Installer. It was not under, like, up in the plugins where I thought the plugins would, where Integration Hub would be, or orchestration. Activated that. The Slack channel thing came up, and I was able to do that. So that's going to be part of a demo somewhere at CreatorCon as well. Just real easy to do once you know where to look. So helping you out with where to look. We'll go back to the community. This is a community live stream, not a look what I learned this week. But I do like to share that kind of stuff with you. It's a lot of fun. Integration Hub, easy. Flow Designer, easy. Maybe we'll create some actions and spokes sometime soon. That's more of a thing for Live Coding Happy Hour, and I do want to take some of my existing integrations, my REST APIs that I use for outbound stuff, and see if I can get those into Integration Hub. How easy it is to do that. We did that with, I believe it was Andrew Barnes, had a globally scoped integration. We're trying to put it into Integration Hub. A lot of mine are scoped, so we'll see what that matters. Activity logs displays wrong username. Shame on him. Need to change the assigned field value. It is a busy morning this morning. Did I open a new tab? Yes. I was wondering why it was taking so long. Need to change the assigned field value. Kindly provide background script for changing the assigned to field value on incident table. Has number of incidents. This idea of the assigned user. You can also do, this is one of those, hey, here's a script, simple script. I have a macro that helps me get going. Incident, put that there. Query, the other guy, did he query? Do we need a query? You say you have lots of, has number of incidents. Okay. Field value filter per your requirements, e.g. rec.add query active true. And for each record you get, oh, you know what I haven't played with yet? Is the code formatter. Let's highlight that and insert code sample. Well, that's not what I wanted. Interesting. So you have to edit it through this thing. JavaScript. Paste. All right. Apparently it doesn't respect tabs, so we'll space it out. Kind of makes me want to go edit in a different editor. Rec.assign to set display value. Just an alternate way of doing that. You may also want to do, nah, I'm not going to do it. I was going to say set workflow false. My font is too big. I can't hit the OK button without that, so I'm going to reduce that just a little bit. Hey, that looks pretty good. Reply. Come on, post it. Post it. Let's see how that looks down here. Oh, it loses all the color. Looked nice in the editor. I told it was JavaScript. So, all right, note to self, what's the point? What's up with code rendering? Crazy thing is these people come to me for feedback. All right, there's probably about 200 people that are going to respond to that. Need to close 250,000 instances. Can you adjust best possible way? Yeah, sure. Sounds like a similar thing. Is that the same person? As per my requirement, I have 2.4. Look like millions at first. Comma was in an interesting place. I am thinking of writing a background script with set workflow false and autosys field false. Any suggestions? You can use scheduled job and run it after business hours. It will take 10 to 15 minutes. Just use the same code you have in a background script. Everything will be fine. Recommendations. 1. Test in your dev instance. 2. Back up your records before you test. Or at least some of them that you want to test on. While you develop, use the glide record method set limit to avoid changing all records accidentally when your script doesn't work as you want it to. Use set workflow false only if you want to avoid triggering business rules and workflows. Use auto sys fields false only if you want to avoid updating mod count, sys updated on, and sys updated by fields. Okay, script would look something like this. Very similar to the last one. Glide record incident. Whee! You know what? I'm going to do that in my editor. I do not like editing in that thing anymore. Somewhere in here, I have an editor. Put that in there. Yay. Easy to read. We can even make this JavaScript. Come on. JavaScript. A little color. That way my tabs get respected. Okay, like active, true, rect dot, set limit 10 perchance. Comment out for prod, rect dot, set workflow false, rect dot auto sysfields. Is it field or fields? Now I gotta go check. I don't remember and I don't want to give up bad information. Instance auto sysfields. I just had the cursor on the search thing. Auto sysfields. It is auto sysfields. Okay, back to my code. False. And finally, rect dot active equals false. Rect dot state equals 3. Use your actual closed, canceled value here. Copy. Let's do that script editor thing again. It's kind of fun. It should default to JavaScript. How many times are we pasting XML in here versus JavaScript? Ooh, let's fix that. Why did I lose some tabs? Because I didn't have the tabs. Please stop doing that. Anyway, we'll fix it this way. Can I edit it once it's in there? How do you re-edit this thing? That's fascinating. How do you fix it? Doesn't bring up, oh, you know what? It's probably right there. I did have tabs. Fine, whatever. 6 replies, and on they go. Oh, another recommendation should have stated use a fix script to capture this in an update set and move it to test and prod. Avoid running scripts in scripts background in prod as a best practice on change management and governance. It's a cowboy thing. You don't want to go rogue and start running scripts in scripts background. You don't want to tell your production administrators to do that, because if your script is wrong, there's absolutely no record of it. Well, I guess you could go mining through syslogs to find out who ran what, but don't do it. Anything new in the inbox? I feel like there should be something new in there. I do have to end at the top of the hour. I can't give you any bonus time today because I do have a meeting at 15 past the hour. This, I forgot to announce, this show is for March 15th, 2018. There you go. What do you call March 15th? Is that half March? I mean, yesterday was Pi Day. Is there anything creative for 3/15? Don't know. Need to close 250,000 incidents. I think we already read and responded to that. Workflow undefined, maybe missing global qualifier. Workflow undefined. Oh, yes. This is an old question. About a year ago. Eric Bartoldi. See, it didn't take me right. Well, maybe it did. I have to double check that one now. I'm sometimes impatient. Sometimes. Hi, I'm getting the same message in a different context. I have made a new workflow on the SN customer service case table. There is only one condition. The account is someone. The account is someone. All right. I was in the customer service scope when I made the workflow and able to see it. I have made a UI action show workflow to this table too. It was there out of box. The workflow starts and the work's okay. The UI action works okay, but when the record is saved, it shows the workflow undefined, maybe missing global qualifier. It has nothing to do with the UI action since the workflow is made in the case record. Yeah, it does actually. It does. This is one of those things that if you just go and copy the UI action, you need to add in the condition statement because it says new workflow in condition. I'm going to find this. Show workflow. My favorite happens to be the one on change request. And it's right there. Boom. Picture. Done. Inbox. Reply. The error is coming from the condition statement being evaluated. You need to add global dot in front of workflow. Bing. Okay, it should read. It should read. Bold. Bang. Current is new record. And new global dot workflow. I do this all the time. As workflow current. As workflow current. Bye-bye. Hopefully I didn't make a typo. Another one that bites the dust. Need to change the assigned field value. Hi, all. Kindly provide. Oh, we already did this one. This is a thread to the other one. And Ashutosh came out. That's the same reply I already looked at. There were two replies. His was there when I looked. Okay, community timing is getting me weird. Still some things about the new software we got to figure out, kids. Thank you for joining me today. We are at 43 minutes past the hour on the community live stream. If you're just joining, surprise. I'm going through the ServiceNow community with my wonderful cup of herbal tea, which is now officially cold and gone. So I'll switch to water. I am trying to help people. Okay, reassign an incident from assignment rule. This is where we got it before. I was talking about the assignment, the data lookup rules. SK 185-225. That sounds like an employee ID. Loading. More loading. Okay, if there are 4 replies, where's mine? It had to render them. See, again, I'm impatient. Reply, reply, reply. View 1 reply to me. Still loading. You can see the little loading widget up here. Is it going to take me to that? Or do I have to expand it manually? Click. Click. There it is. Thanks for the reply. In my case, first time we will assign assignment group and assign to. My requirement, if it's set to blank by any script or user system, will run assignment rule. Okay, check if the, oh no, I don't remember. I was wandering all over the place. Was it in the data lookup rule or was it in the data lookup definition that says it should run insert and update? One of them said that. It was either that one or the run a change, run an insert, run an update. Okay, time for another screenshot. let's go back to the global space so that it looks like this is somewhat editable. And we will wait for, I'm still waiting for a better way to pick that picker, like tables. That list is getting way too long already. I can't imagine what customers are doing if I'm just doing simple little exercises. In the same data lookup definition, check to see if you have insert and update checked. Insert is for new records, and update is to continue doing the lookup afterwards. Ba-boom, ba-bum, bum, bum. That is a big screenshot. Oh, no, it's run on insert, run on update. Let's get this right. Scroll back, scroll back, scroll back. Bold, run on insert. And yeah, file type not supported. It says that when you insert images for whatever reason. Hopefully it didn't crash my editing session. Scroll up just a wee bit. There we are. Bold. Bold, run on update. Be run on update. There's an old Apple command. Anybody remember Apple DOS? And there's my reply. I thought that was part of my screen image. No, don't want that one. That one. We're not done yet. We got about 10 minutes left to go. Let's see what else we've got. Refresh the inbox. Anything new? Anything new? Bueller? Still waiting. Slow browser. Take a drink. Let's see what's happening with our thread to close 250,000 incidents. There's always some creative ways to do this. Reply. Still loading. You know, while it's loading, I'm going to go back to the main screen. And did I tell you it's Knowledge is coming up? What did I say? 52 days till Knowledge? It's crazy. May 7th through 10th in Las Vegas at the Venetian. We are looking for a record-breaking crowd and want to see you there. Whether you are a developer, architect, director, VP, CIO, somewhere, anywhere in that spectrum, there is going to be content and knowledge for you. Want to see you there. Go over to knowledge.servicenow.com. Check it out. The scheduling app is coming out very, very soon. Hopefully we'll have that in the next week or two so that you can schedule your sessions and get those locked in as soon as possible. Some of them fill up very quickly. And if they do get full, that tells us the popularity of them and likely that we will need a second session of those. So if you don't see a second session listed yet, you can always come back and check to say, hey, this was full at the end of March. Check again in a week or so. There may be, I suspect things like Flow Designer are going to be an integration hub, very popular sessions. And don't forget to check the box that says CreatorCon so that you can take part in all of the great technical information that is CreatorCon, whether it's REST APIs, IoT, all kinds of things. Machine learning, it's all going to be that great technical deep dive that we all like to geek out about. Okay, I am going to go back to my screen like that. Yeah, the technology is working pretty good today. I shouldn't have said that. I probably just cursed it. Reassign from assignment rule. I want the unsolved ones. Here. Persistent. State. Unsolved. Refresh. Hopefully I'll remember what that means when I look at it later. That's the problem with jotting down notes. Okay, was there anything in the inbox that I needed? No, nothing in the inbox. There were 7 replies in here that I was going to look at to see what was created. So he responded. I'm just curious if this one is expanded. It's over. Chuck replied. Ha ha ha. Where's the emojis? Do we have emojis? We gotta have emojis on here. Does it auto emoji? Come on. No. Oh, that's a bummer. We need emojis. we need emojis. If you have feedback about, this is the meta thing, if you have feedback about the community, you can, I don't want to do this out of my inbox. Let's go from here. No, that's my personal developer instance. If you have feedback about the community, you can browse the forums or look for community feedback. And I believe there is a forum called Community Feedback. It's probably on this list, right on my main screen. View all forums. Let's see what the search comes up with first. I did find something that was a little odd in the search before. Forums. No forum. See, I'm starting to doubt search. I really, really am. So go to the main page, click this little plus, get the little badges, view all forums, and there's nothing in there for feedback. What in... Ah, it's paginated. Okay. Feedback. Member feedback. That's what it is. Hey, you know what? I think it's time. Let's take the last few minutes of this session and add my feedback, and then you guys can upvote it rather than me doing a private mail. Okay. I have a question. Click here to start typing. Make the filter settings persistent across page refresh. E.g., put them in the URL. Use case. 99.9% of the time, I look at the unsolved, is it unsolved? Unanswered? Unsolved filtered list of postings. When I refresh the page, because it doesn't do it automatically, it goes back to all. I would like to keep the filter available after a refresh. After a refresh, and continue to see the unsolved list. Thank you. Okay. Post that. That was one. What was the other one? We need emoji. We should probably search before that one comes up. Emoji. You'll be able to spell it right, Charles. I thought it came up with the, it would search for possible answers that already, nope. Nope, that might be the other one. Really kind of surprised. Oh, there it is. How do I add an emoji to survey assessment? Emojis cut, no, nope, 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 nope. Okay. Can we get support for emoji in the community editor? I don't know. Maybe I can do edit, emoji and symbols. Hey, Chrome. There it is. No, it won't support it. Emoji and symbols. Oh, there it is. A little slow. Okay, so you could put it in. I can put it in with my Mac Chrome by going to edit emoji and symbols. Emoji and symbols. Some apps support things like smile or bow tie or auto translate, bam, bam, into the above emoji. All right. Yes, I'm talking about you, Slack. What else did I have? Code rendering. Code rendering. Have a question? Starting. Code snippet rendering. Okay, 2 suggestions here. 2 suggestions here. 1. When I click the icon, have it default to JavaScript, not XML, whatever the hell it was. 99% of the code snippets from ServiceNow in this community are JavaScript. Let's save everyone some clicks. I need an emoji there. I just do. All right, we'll do the old. Okay. I'm putting one in. I'll do it the hard way. Excuse me. I'm not even sure I hit the right menu option there. Okay. Number 2. When you select the language, aka JavaScript, the code looks all nice and colorful in the editor, but when you paste it into the posting area, whatever, description field, it just turns all gray. No character at all. I know these are coming from 2 different widgets. Okay, that was my feedback for the community. I'm going to end it there. I don't think I have anything else in my inbox. Let's do a real quick check. That is the official way you're supposed to give feedback on the community. I have 2 in the inbox. Let's see if I can rattle these off real quick. I've got like a minute and 20 seconds left. That was a reply. Oh, did he like it? What did he do? What was it? He replied to a question. Yeah, we already got that one. Nope, there's nothing left in here. Okay, nothing in the inbox. I'm going to end it there. Thank you very much for joining me today. Thanks, Stu. It has been a fun time. Good interaction from you guys. Good discussions. Good discussion. We were way off track on the community a couple of times with CreatorCon content and community feedback, but it's been a lot of fun today. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. TGIF. Make it a great Thursday if your Thursday's already over or ending soon. Hope you had a good time. I will see you tomorrow. Take care. And there's only one thing left to do, and that is to fade out and play the music. Bye.